Shalom, everyone. This is part two of spiritual attacks. It all began 3 years ago when I was spiritually attacked after my daughter left. After they took my daughter, that dream was the first dream. That was the first time I was attacked. I was in a shelter. And I'm not ashamed to say I was in the shelter. I was at Randolph Court in 2013. I think it was, yes, 2013. Excuse me. I was in the room by myself. You know how you got favor with the Lord, and that's after my homelessness and stuff like that. After I went into a domestic violence shelter, I went to Randolph Court because it was a brand new shelter, and I wasn't spiritually attacked until I got there. So I was in a room on my own. The Lord allowed me to get a room on my own. So that's when the test started. I was in my bed, and all of a sudden I was going down. It was at night, and all I could feel myself was going down, and it was hot, and it was like solely hot, and all I could do was like I couldn't hardly speak, so all I could do was look up and look up, and I woke up, and that was the end of that. It was very short and very sweet. The second, I was in the same room. Second, I had a dream. It was not even a dream. I was attacked spiritually by a demon, by a lust demon, a sexual demon, and it touched me, and all I could do was pray, and that demon just left. I was so happy. And I called on the name of the Messiah, and it left, and that was the end of that. I gotta make it sweet and short. So I was attacked spiritually constantly. When I was kicked out of the shelter because of His word. I was hot like I am hot now. I was spiritually hot. I presented the word. The lady didn't like it, so I was kicked out. Homelessness for 3 years until I went into another shelter called Tiger Circus House. Now that shelter was so special, and I loved it. I stayed there the whole time. Though I was there for almost a year until I came to my own place. So I was attacked. The same attack I had in Randolph Court, the same attack I had in Tiger Circus House. Again, to have my own place. I am going to come up to part 3 of this because I got to do it in parts. I went down, the same thing. I was in my bed one night, and I went down, and I could feel the heat, and I saw red. And I was like, oh, wow. That is something. And that started when I first got there at Tiger Circus House. And this is why I'm very spiritually weary. And the second dream I had, I don't remember. This is not the Heavenly Father's dream. These are the dreams of the enemy. The second dream I had was I was in a building that was torn down, and I was going through it, and it was so dark, and I was running through it, couldn't get out, and it was like these demons just came at me everywhere. And that was the end of that. Now we will post part 3, and I'll get back with you. So.